Hell yeah. I'm back. It's Jordan. And I'm here with Olivia O'Brien. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. We're at Lollapalooza. You just performed.
I just did, yeah.
How did that feel?
It was amazing. There was a moment where I literally looked out in the crowd and I was like, guys, this is so crazy. I was like, is this not so crazy that we're all here right now? Like, I literally said that because it feels absolutely unreal because it's been a year and a half with no performing.
Yeah.
And even longer than that without doing a festival because it was like not festival season.
Right.
It was crazy. But it was amazing. The crowd was amazing. There were so many more people there than I expected.
Yeah.
I think whenever I play a festival, I'm always worried that
of course,
no one will show up for some reason. But there were so many people. It was so great. It was amazing.
I'm sure that the crowd feels the same way. You know, like you're like, I can't believe I'm up here. They're like, we can't believe we are down here. Yeah. So like the love had to have been incredible. So you've got a new project out, Episodes. Tell me a little bit about it. How do you feel about it? What inspired this?
Well, it's part one.
Yeah.
So it's called season 1. So I'm releasing season 2 at some point. It's supposed to come out the end of this summer, but I'm like my label's in a transitional period right now, so it's just not like a smart time for me to release anything.
Definitely.
So I'm waiting. But I do really, really love the first half. I wanted to put it out in 2 parts because, well, 1, it fit the concept of what I was going for, and 2, I just, like, I don't want to wait for everything to be done to put out an album. Like, that takes so long.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't really do albums that often, because it just, by the time all the songs come out, I'm so tired of them.
Right,
and then I'm like, do I take this off and put this on? And then it's like a whole thing. So I like to do shorter projects, and so breaking it up was just a kind of easier way for me. It was just more, and I feel like shorter projects are also more like palatable for fans.
Definitely.
And easier to consume. So yeah, it's that wasn't really anything about the music.
Totally fine. So your video for Sociopath, right? Definitely has like the scream element to it. Mm-hmm. Are you a big scary movie fan?
So I actually am not that into scary movies. I love Scream. Okay. Scream is like the one horror movie that I like absolutely love and can watch whenever. Yeah. But I get so scared of like possession type horror movies. Yeah. I like murder shit, but I can't do like anything beyond that. So, but Max, my manager, he loves horror movies, and he has always wanted to be a part and maybe like direct a horror movie, right? Isn't it you wanted to direct? You're manifesting.
Hell yeah.
So he was a huge part of it and helped write the script with my creative director, and he was like, he's the horror buff, and he was the genius behind it all.
Awesome. Well, yeah, no, it seemed very fun, even though it had this like sort of murder element to it.
Yeah, we wanted to make it funny, kind of like Scary Movie vibes, where it's like it's scary, but then it's like it takes you out of the scariness to laugh a little bit, so it's like less terrifying.
No, I mean it had the deaths were very comedic.
Yeah,
you know, like it was like there's no way.
A couple of my friends did improv, like Sydney and Drew literally did improv. They were like talking, like Drew was like, Sydney, hide, and she goes, you want to go to Hyde right now? And Hyde is like a club in LA. Right. It was so good.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So we've got some rapid fire questions here.
Okay.
They told me not even to look at them, so I don't know what I'm going to ask you right now. Yeah, this could be nuts. Hopefully I don't get canceled in this.
Okay.
All right. First one. You and Snoop. That's Snoop Dogg? Okay, you and Snoop chat for 40 minutes. What's that conversation about? Wrong answers only.
I would probably talk to him about like what he personally thinks is the best strain of weed, and like just all of his opinions on weed, because I'm not like the biggest. I was a big fucking stoner in high school, but I don't really smoke that much anymore because it's hard for me to find things that I like.
Right.
And certain things give me anxiety, and certain things are great, but I never really know. So I would ask him for all his opinions on all of that stuff, because I feel like he's just very knowledgeable and wise.
Definitely. If anything, I feel like I would ask him, what's the worst?
What's the worst?
What
should I never do? What should I avoid? Yeah.
Exactly. All right.
And then maybe I'd ask him for the future.
All right. Free Britney, first of all. What's your favorite Britney Spears song?
Oh, my favorite Britney Spears song, probably "If You Seek Amy," because it's just like I just love the wordplay.
Yeah.
I'm like, who thought of this? I wish I thought of it. It's so good, right? Like,
it is.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What game show would you thrive at?
Ooh. I always think I'd be really good at Jeopardy because when I watch it with my friends, I always have the answers, and they're always like, "How do you know that?" And I'm like, "I literally don't know how I know that." But I feel like if I actually was on Jeopardy, I would lose so badly. Like, the people on there are just like, they know everything. So, oh my God, wait, what is that show? Have you ever seen the show? It's called like The Beast or something like that.
No.
It's like this weird game show where there's this man called The Beast.
Okay.
And it's kind of like Jeopardy. Like, you have to answer questions, and you have to like beat him. And then once you like get to it, he like can catch up to you, and then like it's really weird. But I'd kind of want to go on that show. I feel like I'd slay on that one. So.
Okay, so The Beast. All right, we'll do one more.
It's really funny. You should watch it.
No, now that's on the top of my list.
It's not.
Like, is that on
if you get really
Netflix?
I think it might be. If you get really high and watch it, it is so crazy.
All right,
like
Beast,
what is
Netflix. I'm getting high and then doing that. All right, if you could wear one hat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Wear one hat?
Wear one hat. Yes.
Oh, I love hats. Lately, I've been getting a lot of like funny. I love funny shirts and funny hats. I like to dress sometimes like I'm like a 58-year-old man from North Carolina.
Okay.
Like I
Describe that
like
fit.
I have a shirt that says it's not a beer belly, it's a fuel tank for a sex machine. Or like I like things that say something about being like a grandfather.
Right,
It's very obvious I'm not a grandfather.
Yeah.
So like then the irony is obvious there. So I have a hat that says I heart titties and beer. I love that one. My most recent purchase is says it's like the as seen on TV, but it says as seen on your mom. That's one I brought it here.
That's great.
I have a sparkly one that says sexy. I love that one too. Like I don't know if I could pick one hat. Probably the I heart titties and beer, just because it's timeless. It's classic. It's perfect.
I saw a hat that said, I want to make sure I say this right. It said, "Too drunk to funk." I feel like if anything, that's
too drunk to funk.
Yeah, that's got to be your next hat purchase.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
so final question. Jack Daniels is always about making it their moment. We want to know how you're making 2021 your moment.
Getting back out into the world and performing.
Hell
and
yeah.
going on tour, hopefully.
Favorite swear word?
Phone name is like if you airdrop me something, it says every time someone airdrops anything, they're like, who's like
You. Yes.
me.